Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have some pretty good news, I feel. I actually have news to tell you about Fernbus, about what's going on, about fixes, about some patches. So I kind of want to get right into it. In the TML Discord, we were kind of having a discussion, and as always, it always goes south in the TML Discord because they just really do not like console and console players in that Discord, and I kind of just said, I don't understand if TML doesn't want anything to do with the game or whatever. Why don't they just take their name off it? Just let Aerosoft have it, let their name be on it, and be done with it or whatever. Um, so Nico from Aerosoft, he is one of the newer producers. He hasn't been there long, so that's why you haven't heard his name before. But he seems like he's a really cool guy. He actually responded that they are working on a patch. It's going to fix pressing issues and will bring the new handful bus pack to console. Now, presumably this patch will be out in mid-March. Some good news with the patch. He did tell me that it should fix all of the problems with the buses in the second DLC pack. Okay, so that's been confirmed. He told me that those should be fixed with that patch. So let's hope it is. I did ask him about the day-night transition on PS5, and he said that they are looking into that. It's probably not going to be fixed this patch. Let's hear. I'll tell you exactly what he says. He says, while working on the current patch, we're investigating the day-night transition, but we will fix it in the patch after, since we're not sure yet what causes it or how we can fix it. If you have any further information on this issue, just let me know. So I did tell him that, but he also said this will also fix the lightning not flashing on the PS5 version. But he said, but I guess that will be late March at best for that. So I'm going to say this, guys. Don't get your hopes up about the day-to-night transition being fixed in the next two patches because, like I said, as of right now, they still don't know what's causing it. And we kind of went into that a little bit more as well because other people in Discord were like, I don't understand. It's a common problem. Everybody on PS5 is experiencing it. How can you not reproduce it? And he said the problem is that it is a Sony PS5 specific bug. It's not an Xbox. It's not on PC. So that's why it's difficult. They're trying to figure out, is there something in the hardware? What is it that's causing that to happen only on PS5? So honestly, I'm going to say this. I'm glad to know that they're acknowledging it. I'm glad to know that they're looking into it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be fixed soon. Hopefully they'll figure out what's wrong with it, and yeah, that'll be fixed. So that's what I'm hoping for. So let's see here. He goes on. He says, "I'm trying my best to get the bus titles updated. I'm collecting bugs on here for a while, but to actually get a patch going is unfortunately not click, and there's the patch. There's a lot of internal planning and coordinating to do. But I can tell you this, there will be at least 2 patches for Fernbus in the next couple months, which will fix issues and add new content like bus packs and eventually Poland." Okay, so this is fine. And like, honestly, I've said before that I've never, I'm not the person that thinks putting a patch out is that easy. I get it takes time. So I actually responded to him and I said, it's not that anybody thinks that you could just hit a button and fix something. It's that there's no communication. Like, it's just silence. Something's broke. We come to this Discord. Nobody wants to hear us. Everybody says it's not my problem. It's their problem. And then you guys never say anything. And I said it makes the player base feel like the game's getting abandoned because nobody's saying anything. I said if you would just communicate, that would go a very long way and make a lot of people in the community happy just to know that these issues are there, these problems exist, and work is being done on them somehow. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's where we're at with that at the moment. Another issue that I will talk about is force feedback on steering wheel. Someone did bring this up, and basically where they're at with that is, bug fixes are taking priority right now over force feedback, which I'm okay with that. I think it's been this long that we haven't had force feedback. Obviously, I would love to have force feedback in the game. Is this something that I'm expecting to happen? I don't know. Probably not. I wouldn't hold my breath if I was you guys. If it does happen, it's going to be something that you could be like, "Oh wow, cool. This is a thing now." But I wouldn't really hold my breath on that. Now, another thing that I want to touch on is zero games, because this is where there's a lot of confusion going on. Someone said, you know, about the whole zero games, and this is what Nico said in the Discord. And you guys can go into Discord. I'll put a link in the comments or the description or somewhere. I'll put a link to their Discord. If you want, you can join. You can read this whole conversation. It is in there. So Nico said, just to clarify some things. Pardon me. I don't know where the rumors came from that we are no longer in cooperation with Zero Games. The porting is still being done by them. We, Aerosoft, are just being more active now in commissioning what they need to implement in patches. The game has been ported by them. We accepted their work. Some DLCs have been added, some mistakes have been made along the way, but those are commissions by us. So Zero Games is not responsible for providing patches every couple weeks. They are a good porting studio, and I'd be glad if everyone could stop bashing them or talking shit about them on YouTube. Now, I do want to clarify something. I don't know who he's talking about specifically. I have never said anything bad about Zero Games. Okay, if anything, I have said the opposite. I said for a developer that focuses mostly on mobile games, I think they did a pretty good job with this. Like I can't complain, and I have said in the past that, I don't feel it's Zero Games' fault. They're just doing a job. This is not their game. This is not their baby, right? They got hired to do this. So anything that's broken in the game, it's not really on them. It's on the powers that be. So he goes on to say, there have been failures in the past, and I admit the communication on our end regarding the console version has been lacking, but that's all due to internal restructuring. People left, people came, and we needed to sort everything out at first, but I am currently trying my very best to improve the communication with you guys, be as transparent as I can, and bring you the patches you deserve. Thank you. So that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I like hearing that. We want more transparency. We want more communication. Um, I get that they're restructuring, and I'm the type of person where I'm not so petty as to say that I won't accept these guys if they change. This Nico, he seems like he's a really nice guy, very professional. I mean, it was like a breath of fresh air, communicating with him rather than Fabian. It was like a completely different experience. So someone did point out that Zero Games themselves had said that they're not involved with the game anymore. They had the screenshots and everything. So Nico said, yes, the maintenance contract expired, meaning they are not obligated to do any bug fixing patches by themselves anymore. Only when we commission them to. Like I explained above, that has been lacking. We are trying to improve that, but we are still working with Zero Games. I'm not sure what they mean with latest patches and improvements. The last patches, at least as far as I know, only contain the DLCs and some minor improvements, which they did the porting for. So, I do feel that there's a weird miscommunication there, because Zero Games have said that they don't have anything to do with the game anymore. And they said that, if you have any questions about that, you need to contact Aerosoft. So I'm not exactly sure what that communication was about. The only thing I can think of is maybe there was an issue with a language barrier or translation or something that got confused. Um, so yeah, I really don't know. But Nico actually private messaged me on Discord, and he wanted to ask me some questions about the game, that issues I was having problems with. Like someone mentioned that how the trucks in the game will slow down or stop, causing the huge traffic jams, and he wanted to know if I play this on PC or just PS5. So I did tell him that, and I said to him, I said, the trucks stopping and slowing down, I haven't noticed on PC. I really haven't noticed that too much on PC. It seems to be a console issue. So I passed that information on to him. Um, as I said, also he told me that the buses from DLC 2 should be fixed in the next patch. So that's really good. That's really good to know because we paid for those. We want those to be fixed. So it does look like that those will be fixed in the future. Let me see here. Sorry guys, I just want to take a look to make sure I didn't miss anything here. So I did tell about how the lines in the game kind of move and shift, and it's really jarring when you're driving down the road. He says he will look into that, and maybe they can include that in the next patch. Maybe they can fix that. So that's really awesome. He did ask me if there were any other issues besides the day-night and stuff like that. So again, I told him the buses in the second DLC pack, they're broken. I told him the whole country of France is very poorly optimized, huge FPS drops all over the country, and I told him about the last one are the lines. There are other things that are issues with the game that they did slip my mind. The one thing is when you're checking in passengers, when it goes to the phone does that switch where it looks like it's in the shuttle mode and it doesn't work right. Those are things that maybe they already know about. Like I said, he did say in the upcoming patch that they do have fixes, so maybe that's something that they already know about. I mean, they did break that with the last update. Poland has the release date on PC. It's the end of March. I wouldn't expect that to come to console for at least another couple months. I'm pretty sure that's what it was with Denmark. I think it took 2 or 3 months for that to come out on console. I did not ask him about Tourist Bus, to be fair, because the latest patch for that is in beta testing right now on PC. And, that there's no way that'll ever come to console before it's out of the beta testing on PC anyway. So once that's out of beta testing, then I'm sure that they will implement that update on the console side. If we don't hear anything about that, then obviously I will try to find information about it. But overall, it was just a much better experience talking to him over Fabian. And, I really do hope that this is the change that, we've been wanting. I'm going to be honest. Aerosoft, I'm not impressed with their games. I do feel Fernbus on console is probably the best Aerosoft title that's out there. I think if they can get those bugs squashed, if they can get it to where it's at least on par with the PC version, I would be happy with it. I think a lot of people would be happy with it as well. Now, the only thing I will say is this all went on in the TML official Discord. I would absolutely love to see Aerosoft take the conversation that was had in TML's Discord, at least the parts that Nico said, all the things that he was talking about, kind of consolidate that and post that to Facebook and Twitter, right? Because I feel like that's the transparency that we need. It needs to be for everybody to see, not just those of us that are in the TML Discord. I feel like as a whole, that's kind of the bigger issue. That's the problem. Only a select few of us know about this, and that's the problem. Everybody that plays the game needs to know about it. So the only way they could really do that is put a post out on Facebook and Twitter, and list that. Say that. Look at, we're restructuring. People left. New people are coming in, so we're working on that. We are working on the game. We have a patch coming out soon. Just kind of post that to your social medias so you get a broader range of people to see what's going on with it. As of right now, I feel like it's always been Like you had to DM them or like email the company and stuff like that. And it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't. They should be more open about it, and post about it. I don't know if they have a community manager. It doesn't seem like it, considering that the producer is in there discussing it with us. It seems like that would be more of a community manager type of thing. But overall, I was quite happy with the interaction that I had with Nico. He seems like a really good guy, and I hope that in the future we can continue to, have a working relationship. I would love to be able to just, let him know things. Now, see those flying buses? That's on the PC as well. So he did say that if it's a bug that's on the PC, then they need to get with TML about that. And TML, they need to figure out how to fix it on PC first, and then they can fix it on console. If it's a console specific problem, like the day to night transition, then that's something that has to be worked on, and tried to figure out. So, guys, that's all I have to say. I feel like that was a lot, but this is the most information I've ever gotten personally from Aerosoft or anybody on this game. So I really appreciate the time that he took to let us know about that. Again, guys, I know that a lot of you are really skeptical about it, and you're going to say, it's just Aerosoft, and they're just talking, blah, blah, blah. But, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't have no reason to not believe this guy. I don't know him. I've never spoken with him before. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, it's a clean slate with Aerosoft. My big issues with Aerosoft was Fabian, the way he talked to people, the way he talked to me. Just, not a very professional way to go about things. This Nico, he was completely different, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with what he said, so we'll just have to wait and see. So middle of March, we should see the first update, and that will bring the Handful Bus DLC to console, and then maybe the end of March, maybe April. I wouldn't like mark the end of March on your calendar for the second patch, because these things are never down to an exact science. But he did say that there will be a couple patches in the next couple months, so it's something that we can hope for. I really hope that they do fix things, because I really do enjoy the game, and I know all of you do as well. So, guys, that's all I got for you today. I know this was a long-winded video. I appreciate you sticking around for the whole thing. A lot of good information I feel was had and shared here, and I just hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And we'll see you next time.